Welcome to Showoff Showdown! In this series, the fighters are called Showoffs, and this is the series for the Showoff Showdown! Now let's meet the Showoffs for tonight's showdown, shall we? It's been 4 long months since the last battle, so let's hope it was worth the wait. Anyway, tonight's battle is Iceman vs Iceman! Spoiler alert, Iceman wins. I put links to the analysis of both characters in the description below. Now without further ado, it's time for the Showoff Showdown!
Get ready for the next battle.
And the winner is Iceman! But you already knew Iceman was gonna win, didn't you?
All joking aside, let's discuss why Marvel's Iceman wins this showdown. First off, let's discuss who is more skilled and experienced. Though this category is kinda hollow considering that Mega Man's Iceman is a robot built by Dr. Wily, and he doesn't exactly have the most screen time in the Mega Man games or connected media, so experience kinda goes to Marvel's Iceman by default. However, this isn't really an important category for this particular battle, which will be explained in the other categories. Now let's discuss speed. Now according to this calculation on the Versus Battles wiki, the highest speed calc we could scale for Iceman would be 190 times faster than light, which is incredibly fast, but it actually pales in comparison to Marvel's Iceman's top speed, which Corin has estimated to be about 100 billion times the speed of light. Certainly a lot faster than you'd expect a dude in an ice shell to be, huh? If you want more detail on this, we're always open for discussion in the Showoff Showdown Discord server. Now let's discuss strength. The most fair scale we can give to Iceman would be when Mega Man caught and held up a large building estimated to weigh about 60,000 tons, which Iceman should legally scale to. But Marvel's Iceman, on the other hand, has shown to be much stronger, as he's strong enough to rival Marvel's heady hitters such as Juggernaut, Red Hulk, and even restrained Thor, the God of Thunder, which alone far outclasses anything Mega Iceman could scale to. Now let's discuss, you know what, normally I would discuss durability at this point, but let's just cut to the chase and discuss the maximum levels of power output and destructive capability for both Icemen. Now Mega Man's Iceman doesn't exactly scale to the toughest robots in the classic Mega Man games, most of which range as high as solar system level, but even if we did, or even if we decide to highball Iceman to the max, it still won't be nearly enough to compete with Marvel's Iceman, and if I told you just how OP he really is, you wouldn't believe me. So I'll just keep this short and simple. Not only does Iceman rival the strength and power of Marvel characters I mentioned earlier, but Iceman is considered to be an Omega level mutant, the same class as Magneto and Jean Grey, and that is full unrestricted potential. He can manipulate all water molecules in the world, and reach potentially high cosmic levels similar to Silver Surfer, Apocalypse, and of course Thor and the Incredible Hulk. I could elaborate further, but I think Mega Man's Iceman has been emasculated enough already. That, and there's way too much in-depth details regarding Iceman's power, and I think I've already said enough regarding that. But if you want as much in-depth detail as possible, then feel free to ask Corin and I in the Showoff Showdown Discord server, and we can tell you everything you want to know. So overall, Marvel's Iceman holds every edge and is just too much for Mega Iceman to handle, and now that I think about it, this really wasn't much of a balanced fight, and as you probably would have guessed, the main reason why I did this episode is because both fighters share the same name, and a lot of people are going to be making spoiler alert Iceman wins jokes. There's not much else to say here. Why this episode took 5 months to make, I'll never know. I'm sure you already knew this from the start, but the winner is Iceman, Marvel specifically. Now before we wrap this up, I want to give a special thanks to the animator of this battle, Omnimation Rewind, as well as the main reacher for this battle, Corin O'Keefe. It took quite a while for all of us to finally get this episode out, but hopefully it was worth the wait. Oh, and one more thing. For those of you who don't already know, I now officially have a Patreon. If you want to show your support and join the RCMP, as in Royal Canadian Mounted Patrons, then that would be so awesome, and I would really appreciate it. Members of the RCMP will have beneficial access to future episodes of Showoff Showdown and other videos before they're officially released, as well as exclusive access to special posts and videos that can only be viewed on Patreon. In fact, I have just made the very first Showoff Showdown behind the scenes video, where I show you exactly how I put together this video that you're watching right now. This is a Patreon exclusive video, so if you want to know how a Showoff Showdown episode is made, then head over to my Patreon.
Join the RCMP, and the first thing you'll learn is a nice shiny badge. Got any ideas for Showoff Showdown? Then let me know in the comments below, and hopefully, I just might do them. Now stay tuned for the next episode of Showoff Showdown!